Hello, everybody. Danya Zimmerman, the powerful biz woman, and thank you for tuning into the Ultimate Business Conversation. And we have our guest, Mr. Gregory Dunlap, and he is an insurance agent or business owner for anyone who needs any type of insurance. And we are here with my co-founder, who always has on the beautiful glasses, Alina Lopez Thomas. So I hope everybody is having great day. I hope everybody is doing okay with this crazy weather. It was seemed like it was going to thunderstorm 1 minute here in Baltimore, Maryland. It thunderstormed for about 5 minutes, cut the air conditioner off, and then all of a sudden the thunderstorm stopped. So I just hope that everybody is doing okay. I hope everybody is having a wonderful week. And we have Memorial Weekend coming up, so I hope everybody has a great time. And today on the Ultimate Business Conversation with the powerful biz woman and a grown woman, as you can see, we are women. So grown woman and powerful biz woman. We are grown business women. So if you combine our two names together, grown business woman, and we are the co-founders of UBC and the Ultimate Biz Conference. And we have UBC 2021 coming up, which is Bankrupt Proof Your Biz. And our speaker spotlight is Mr. Gregory Dunlap. He is going to be one of the wonderful speakers there. He was here last year, and I am so glad to have him here. Oh, so he has unmuted stuff. I'm sorry. I'm so glad to have him here. And I am so glad that my co-founder Alina was able to come on with us today. And we're going to have Mr. Dunlap give us a little background about himself, who he is and who he serves. And then he's going to explain to you give you a tidbit of what he will be discussing at the Ultimate Biz Conference 2021, Bankrupt Proof Your Biz Conference. So, Mr. Gregory Dunlap, the floor is yours.
All right. Good evening, everyone. And I'm so glad to be here. I appreciate this opportunity. I had a great time with you all last year. It was very fun. So I plan on having a great time with you this year. So my name is Gregory Dunlap. I am an independent broker, owner of Dunlap Financial Services. I first started out in 2012. I became a licensed life insurance agent with Monumental Life Insurance. They're not around anymore. Transamerica took them over. But back then, I had this desire to offer my clients a cohesive approach to insurance. And working as an agent for a company, I was not allowed to do that because I could only offer what that company offered. So I branched off and I started partnering with different companies to build my insurance agency. So we offer policies that will protect your health, your wealth, and your lifestyle. And I'm partnered with over 15 different companies. One of my strategic partners is Maryland Health Connection. So we help business owners get affordable coverage for their employees, and the cost to the business is offset by tax credits. So for the first 2 years, you can have Kaiser Permanente. We work with United Healthcare, Care First, help you get your benefits plan in place. And we have tax credits to offset your cost. And I also work with businesses to help them with their strategy for policies that will offset taxable income. And we also have strategies so that employers will always have their stream of income if they were to experience a critical, chronic, or terminal illness. So it's a lot going on, but understand that as an insurance broker, I can protect your money. I can set you up with health plans that won't break your budget. And you don't have to accept what one insurance company says because I'm a broker and I can take your business to whomever offers the best benefits package for your needs.
Oh wow!
All
So
right.
you provide it all. So what do you want to give to anyone who wants to attend UBC 2021 when it comes to making sure that their business has the right insurance, what advice would you give them?
All right, so depending on the state that you're in, and we are licensed to do business in 50 states, there are minimum coverages that your business has to have. And so a lot of people would get an LLC. They'll get an LLC, and it'll be pitched to them that you can avoid having losing your home because of a business failure, or you can avoid someone suing you and taking your assets because of a liability. Well, to me, that's not an authentic way of obtaining an LLC, because many states require you to have X amount of coverage. I have to have a minimum of $2 million in coverage. My home is not worth $2 million. I don't expect anyone to sue me for two. I don't even do anything that would cost me $2 million. So an accountant was saying, why are you a sole proprietor? You should be an LLC, because if someone sues, I already did the research and I have an attorney. I have to have a certain amount of coverage, and the LLC is going to cost me to spend more. And I work for myself. I'm just self-employed. I don't pay any employee. So why pay the state to have an LLC when it's not going to benefit me on my taxes? I say that to say this. There are minimum coverages that you're supposed to have by law. And my partner, Hiscox, is a small business, is the largest small business insurer for businesses in the country. And we'll make sure that you have affordable coverage. I only pay $33 a month for $2 million in coverage.
Wow.
So I
Wow.
was, yeah,
So
yeah.
I need
So
to call you. Is that it?
yeah, yeah. You need to talk to me.
Yeah, definitely. Because that's
Right.
that's very impressionable and definitely something that's needed. And I think that just from you talking and just from hearing you speak, I know I got several tips just in that little short conversation. I think we only been on here for 10 minutes and I learned something, which is good because sometimes you can be on something for 10 minutes and you like, oh, come on, are they gonna give us something? But in 10 minutes, you gave a lot of information for people to kind of, grasp and kind of think about their business a little differently. I know I definitely am thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, so you're saying, what I'm hearing is that you're saying that the insurance aspect, oh my goodness, aspect is important to
Uh,
your small business. That's
yeah,
what I heard.
yeah, absolutely. And required by every state has laws that require certain businesses to have insurance. Like as an insurance broker, I could not even contract with Care First, or I also offer a life insurance policies, Mutual of Omaha, Nationwide. They wouldn't even talk to me
Mm-hmm.
if I didn't have at least $1 million in coverage,
Mm-hmm.
because what I do can make or break a business.
Yes.
I make the right moves and you're protected. I make wrong decisions and it could cost you, and I could be sued for that. So
Right.
no one's going to want to work with me without that coverage. I had a guy, one of my clients, was going to work on our backyard, and I asked them who handles his small business coverage, because who has your insurance? It does matter. There are a lot of people in certain areas where they were hit by hurricanes only to find out that the insurance company was not going to pay. Fortunately, they took them to court, and some people they required them to pay. But where you place your insurance does matter. So I want to know, if you work on my backyard, who insures your hands? And if it's not a reputable insurance company, I might not work with you, because if you make a mistake and you can't afford to pay for it, now I'm stuck with the bill.
And see, that's just I think the insurance aspect of things, and just in in an effort to be transparent, I think a lot of small businesses and solo preneurs and people that are just starting off, it's one of those things that you don't really think about. I mean, you're just sometimes you just jump right to that LLC, or well, I was told to get an LLC and I was told to do this and I was told to do that, or I'm a sole proprietor, so it doesn't matter. And but and I think that the insurance aspect of things kind of gets pushed back a lot of times. But it is very relevant. Just your example alone of the person that is doing gardening or landscaping or anything like that. If they're standing on your steps or something and they slip and fall down your steps or whatever the case may be, what kind of coverage does the person actually have? So it's very important. And I know from firsthand experience. I went to go do an event, and it was at a bookstore, and they said, "Well, do you have insurance?" And I was like, "To host the event, just to have people come and do my writing workshop?" And they were like, "You have to have insurance in order, or we cannot rent out to you." And I said, "Wow." I was like, "I don't have no insurance." And they were like, "Well, here's a number, call them up, get the insurance, and then you can come." And so literally I had to pay for the insurance for that particular event alone.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hear you. Your point is well taken. I hope everybody else can hear it too.
that's right. That's right. You never know. You may be small today, but you never know when you could run into an opportunity where you was once small and then overnight someone's offering you something and they're looking to see if you have your protections in place. It's like, no, no, I don't have that. Now you have to scramble to get it. And then you scramble at the last minute so you don't have time to choose a comprehensive package.
Right.
So it's something that you should think about it right up front, and it's so easy to do, and it's tax deductible
Yes. I like the
at
fact
that.
that you're going to be here for this event. And when you said I was there at the last one, I was like, how come I don't remember that? But I
Uh,
believe
la-
you.
yeah, well, I did. So I did the last one. I did a presentation on getting the most out of your health insurance. So
Okay.
Oh,
that's right. So
okay.
the one of
I
the
have a short memory.
yeah, one of the benefits of the Affordable Care Act is if the insurance company's not spending all of your premiums on your health care, then they have to refund you. And so I like to teach people how to make sure you're getting the most out of your health care and how to choose your plans.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So are you
yeah.
in Massachusetts?
No, I am in Baltimore.
No, no, no.
I'm in
Do you
Baltimore.
serve people in Massachusetts? You said
Oh,
50
we saw.
states.
Oh, yeah. So
Aren't there 52
Massachusetts is
states?
on there.
How many states
We're,
are there?
we're we're in 50 states. I
Oh, we
think
have
if
50
you
states in
add
Mass?
Hawaii, yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't pass that class.
That's that's all.
Hey,
If
hey,
you want
okay.
to count, if you want to count a Hawaii, but they're not a
Thank
state.
you.
But
Thank you for giving me an
yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah. And you've
Honest
heard
truth is I didn't
52.
know.
Yeah, you've heard 52 states, but people were counting Hawaii and
Okay.
Puerto Rico.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So you do service people in Massachusetts as well.
yeah. We
Yeah.
we are yeah, we are everywhere,
Okay. I
everywhere.
only say that because, Danya, of course, is in Maryland. And
Hmm.
I'm sure a lot of the people that will come to this will be from that particular catchment area. But I'm in
Hmm.
Massachusetts. And
Hmm.
so in my network is obviously different from what her network looks like. So definitely this is beneficial for both states because you're able to go both ways. And so that's just a little bit of a highlight to everybody out there that should be coming to the UBC 2021 conference, Bankrupt Proof Your Biz, because we have somebody that can service Massachusetts as well as Maryland. So just wanted to kind of put that out there. And you're well-rounded, so you do a host of different things in insurance. It's not just in one particular area.
That's correct. As a matter of fact, the business insurance is going to be a small part of the presentation. We're going to talk about
Great.
disability insurance. You know,
Mm.
if you can't show up to work, you still need that income.
Whew. You ain't never
And
lied.
and COVID, anyone can research it. You don't even. I can give you information. You can research it. You'll find it all for yourself. Most people that purchase disability without even questioning it is doctors, attorneys, dentists. So that is my target market. That's where I spend most of my time. But you need to understand that if you have a business and you have a stream of income that you can now rely on, if that business requires you to do labor, then you need to consider what's going to happen if you can't perform that labor. Are you going to give that business away, or will you have a policy in place to where if you develop some type of disability where you're not able to work temporarily, you'll be able to pull from that stream of income? So as a matter of fact, there's some people, one of my most recent clients, she doesn't make a lot of money, but she's comfortable where she
Neither
is.
do I.
Right? Yeah. She's comfortable with where she is, but her most recent client required her to have a disability policy. And so I was able to get her one for $40 a month to meet the minimum needs that she needed. The contract is going to give her $800 a month. So she picked up an $800 a month contract. She had to have disability insurance. It only cost her $40 a month. And because it's part of the business, it's tax deductible. And
Right.
Yeah. So we'll be discussing a little bit about that. And then the last one, which is huge, COVID should have taught you that if your business is impacted due to some type of environment that causes you to lose clients or product, you need to be able to dip into an account to offset that.
Right.
And so what I love to do is I have products that are insurance products that build cash value that you can use for legacy building, wealth generation, and also to fund yourself. There's a big case where it's my client, but it was a case study that was done by an insurance company called Farmers. You should have heard of them. They're huge. And Farmers, they're huge with actually farm clients. So they did this story on a farmer, and he got hit hard by the pandemic. And he lost money overnight. So he dipped into his insurance policy to keep funding the business to get him through 3 months. So one thing about insurance is it's guarantees. At most people I know, well, not that I know, but most people I watch people on Facebook, and all you hear is Bitcoin and Dogcoin. Are you investing in real estate? Are you putting your money here? Are you putting your money there? Here's my question. If you didn't have an income for 6 months, could you live? And if you can't, then you don't have the right insurance plans in place, because insurance is guaranteed. It's a contract. You can't lose money.
Yeah. I swear to goodness, I know people sleep on insurance. And I only say that because I know I have. So just being real transparent, I know I have too. I remember getting a plan in insurance, just to be real quick. And when it came back, it was a lot of money per month. I was like, listen, I don't know. I'm better off dead. I don't even, I was like, goodness, I can't afford this. And I stopped it. But then I was able to investigate and to talk to some other people. And this is life insurance. I was able to talk to some other people, and they were like, no, you can do this particular plan. And I was like, oh, okay. And that was much better. So now I have it back in place. But very, very essential, because just in the whole aspect of, using it for life insurance, I mean, a lot of people get caught in that circumstance when somebody dies or something like that. They just don't have it. And then they're GoFunding everything to try to get money. And that's hard to do that. I'm not saying knocking anybody or whatever, because like I said, I just got mine. So who am I to talk? But what I am saying is that that's a lot more work instead of just having it in place at a reasonable cost. And the business is the same exact way.
Yeah. And you want policies that don't just pay when you die, because keep in mind, you're running a business.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
so I'm gonna be calling you, because I have an insurance that will not leave my nieces in debt, but I want an insurance where I can, like you said, I got to call Gregory because I need an insurance that I can maybe borrow from when I need to borrow from, like a certain insurance. So I will be in contact with you to get that. And also, I was thinking about disability insurance, because being a substitute teacher and a business owner, this year, like for example, I had a real bad toothache, so I had to miss a week of work. And when I don't come in, I don't get paid. But luckily, I do have money saved up for those what ifs. But I think disability insurance, I really do need it as a independent contractor, because that's what I see as a substitute teacher. We're kind of like independent contractors and as a business owner. So I think everybody should really, really get their tickets for this event, because Mr. Dunlap is going to be there to discuss all of this with you. And as you know, he is covered in 50 states. So when you get your ticket and you say, well, I need this type of insurance, you'll have your insurance agent right there and you can work with him that day. When you when you see him virtually or live, he will be there. And that was the premise behind UBC 20, the Ultimate Biz Conference. Is we want to put people in front of you where you don't have to wait and say, well, I got their contact information, I'll contact them later. We want you to go ahead and meet with them right then and there and get what you need done. Because a lot of times when we go to these conferences, we'll say, okay, I'm going to contact this person and take care of it. And then 6 months later, you pull that call up and say, oh, damn it, I was supposed to talk to them, at the conference. Whereas at UBC 2021, we're going to hold you to the fire and say, hey, you have all of these business experts here, and you need to get your stuff done today. Today, set up that consultation. We're going to make it so that if you want to have a 15-minute consultation with them, you can. So you need to be in the house and you need to get your ticket, because Mr. Dunlap, he's an insurance agent who covers all types of insurance, not just one particular. So once you get with him, he'll give you everything: disability, health, business insurance. And Mr. Dunlap, Gregory, can you please explain to people why, like, especially what me and Alina do, why it's important to have professional liability insurance? Because me as a former attorney, I understand the importance of it. And can you explain, especially service-based businesses? Because I meet a lot of people and they don't have insurance. And I'm trying to explain to them, if you don't have a certain type of insurance and you do something, or your products cause a certain defect or anything to an individual, or they're not satisfied and they sue you, you're not protected. And that LLC will not protect you on its own.
Yeah. That's that LLC strategy. It's a place for it, but it should not be as asset protection. LLC is really a structure that gives you tax benefits that are legal, and if you have certain capital, it will help you separate. For example, if I have a $1 million business and I have a $2 million home, then I don't want to lose my home for a business mistake.
Exactly.
I don't know that does not fit a small business profile. That's a capital profile. If anything, if you really want to hide your money, you should be doing an S corp instead of an LLC. Research that. S corp is really how Donald Trump and everyone, and it's legal. There's nothing wrong with what they're doing. But if you really want to protect your income and reduce your taxes, look into S corps. There are state laws, and every state, for example, a contract in Maryland has to have a minimum of $50,000 insurance. If they don't have $50,000 insurance and you let them work on that on your home, and they make a mistake and you can't collect, there's nothing you can do about it.
Exactly.
There's nothing you can do about it.
That's very important to know, because a lot of people don't realize that. Like, when I contract with contractors, I make sure that they're bonded and licensed and they have insurance. And you have the right to ask for that information. You have a right to ask for their policy number. You have a right to ask for their bonding number and all of that. So when people do, businesses, and I come across a lot of people who I call handymen and stuff, and I tell them it doesn't take much money for you to protect your business. It doesn't take a lot, but people don't understand that insurance is okay to be incorporated, but you need that insurance. The same way you need a good, attorney to get your paperwork in order, you need an insurance agent to make sure you have all the proper insurances. And like you and Alina said earlier, if you want to have an event They have special venue insurance where you only have to pay it for that one time for that event, and you don't have to keep it, and it's not that expensive. And a lot of
Mhm.
people don't understand that when you are like an event planner or a speaker, you need that insurance. They even have speaker insurance. That I found out that when you're speaking, like say if the person accidentally cancels, your speaking insurance can cover you. And that's why they
Mhm.
tell people if you're going to be doing things and being in business, you have to be about your business.
Right.
Mm,
Absolutely.
mm,
Absolutely. So, and if you think that, oh, I'm just going to sue, well, my attorney is $195 an hour, and that's my discounted rate.
Hmm.
So it's a lot cheaper to have your protection in place than it is to have to fight somebody in court.
And
I
also, a lot
actually
of
think. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Also, a lot of people don't know if you're a service-based business and you have professional liability insurance. Because when I was an attorney, I was sued, and they have attorneys for you, and they will protect you. I had one case where I was sued and we won. I had another case where the attorney was like, you know what, it would just be better if we settle out of court because the wording was good, but it wasn't the way it should have been. And my premium went up a little bit, but it didn't go up a lot. That's why I keep telling service based um, and entrepreneurs, small business owners, get that professional liability insurance because a lot of times, even think about it, when you have your automobile insurance and you're sued, they give you attorneys. That's the good thing about insurance. When you're being sued, they give you their attorneys to represent you.
Yeah, yeah. You just reminded me, my errors and omissions policy pays up to $5,000 in my attorney fees. That's separate from my 2 million. So that my 2 million is if I get sued and I have to
Yes.
pay a settlement, but that same policy will cover up to $5,000 to cover my attorneys for my defense.
I think it's also when it comes to the insurance aspect of things, it's about your mindset around it.
Hmm.
Not everybody, like I said, some people you just go into business and you may just think, well, everybody kind of does this and just wings it and whatever the case may be, and it's not as relevant. It's about education. Not everybody has the education. Another reason why it's important to come to the conference because now you're getting educated on the importance of actually having business insurance and insurance for yourself, even. Some people just don't know. That's just the reality. You go through life and you weren't taught it as maybe as a growing up with your family or whatever the case may be. It's not just like, I just don't want to do it just for whatever, but you may have been taught, listen, when you get money, you put it in the savings account or you get money, spend it but you don't spend it on insurance. What? Give it away? No, that's
Yeah.
that's the not understanding aspect of things. I don't know if I'm being clear. I'm trying to be clear and polite at the same time. But
Actually, you're being
Yeah.
very clear when you said what we were taught. So it is common. When I first got in the business, I was talking to my State Farm agent. I have a strong network, and I was talking about my target client, and he said, "Well, Greg, people that look like us, that's not your target audience." Because this was life insurance at the time. We were taught, it's not, don't put life insurance on somebody. They might kill they might kill a person.
Hmm.
Here's a wake up call. Here's a wake up call. I have a big family, big family. We paid for 2 funerals, and in my family, a funeral is not put me in a box. That's a family reunion. All right, it's
hmm
gonna be good. It's gonna be good food.
hmm
Hmm.
When I go, I already told my kids it's gonna be a horse, white horse. Put me in. I want my casket in a glass carriage. I left the money for it. So in my family, a funeral is what it's supposed to be. It is that last celebration with your loved one. Well, here's the thing. So we paid for 2 funerals cash. So 15,000 for the first funeral,
Wow.
and the second funeral was just a little over 10,000 because they didn't have life insurance policies. Do you know a $15,000 policy? The mafia used to use this. They are single pay life insurance policies. Mafia was funded. Some of the funding was from life insurance. Um, there's $15,000 single pay life insurance. You pay $15,000. You have a $150,000 policy paid for. Put it in the safe. You paid 15. When it's time to use that policy, it's guaranteed 150. Put it in the safe. That's called a single pay life insurance policy. Whole life, you buy it. Yeah. So whole life, you're not supposed to pay on it forever. People sell it to you that way because you always want to have the lowest payment. And so they want to give you the lowest payment, but then you pay for it forever. It's like financing a home. If you want the lowest payment, you can pay for it forever. You take the 15-year mortgage, it's going to be a higher payment, but it'll be paid for in 15 years. All right, that's how life insurance is. So just think about it. People are doing these GoFundMes. You raise do your GoFundMe now. Raise your money right now.
Right.
Raise 5,000. I'll give you a single pay life insurance policy for 30. So your $5,000, we're gonna turn it into $30,000, and you can and we'll have cash value that's going to constantly make money, and it's compounded interest. So if you start to learn financing, compounded interest is your dollar makes money on top of money on top of money every month.
So that's another tip.
Yeah, that's another tip.
That's a big tip, actually.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go stop my GoFundMe page.
Yeah,
I'm going to stop my GoFundMe page so I can be prepared.
I am serious. Yeah, I'm
I know
serious.
you are. That's why I'm listening to it.
GoFundMe
I'm
right
like,
now.
Yes.
So I can pay for my policy and put it in my safe.
Yes, and
that's
then the
a
whole
good
piece
tip.
That is a good tip, and also the whole life thing, because I now have to go back and check and see which one I have, because I probably got the one where I just be paying and paying and paying and paying.
See, so you should never ever have to say I got to go back, because every year you're supposed to meet with your person. You need to have a person. So every year you're meeting with your person to discuss where you are that year. If you make less money and these premiums are high, we might have to do something about that, because these premiums have to be comfortable. If you make more money, then maybe you might want to reallocate your investments. I'm not supposed to call it investments because insurance is not really investing, but one of my insurance policies follows what's called the Hang Sung, which is real estate and mutual funds. So every time I pay my premium, a part of that premium goes to my insurance, but the other part goes into the Hang Sung, and it is buying shares of real estate in China and mutual funds. And so when the funds do good, then I get a cut. Guess what happens when it does bad? Do I lose money? Do I lose money if it does bad? No, you can't. It's insurance. I just make zero.
Okay, now you completely over a lot of heads.
Right.
Listen. Save that for the conference and Danya and Alina's private call so that we can do that insurance.
Hopefully they will want to come, because it's going to be a presentation. So it's going to be real simple and easy. Right now I'm speaking multiple languages to you. But when I do my trainings, if you go to my website, you'll see I do workshops all the time. And I make things simple and I make it easy to understand. If you don't walk away choosing me as a broker, you will walk away saying, I might call him when I have some questions. And that's okay. I'm only one person, so I can't sell to everybody.
Exactly.
But I will talk to everyone.
And Mr. Dunlap, could you send me your link for your different workshops that you do? Because besides UBC 2021, I think we need to hook up and really do some training on insurance so that people, like even small entrepreneurs and everything, will have a clear understanding of what it is to be, to make sure you insure. Because I'm going to be calling you, because when you talked about real estate and insurance and you can invest in real estate, that was like, I just started learning about investing. I just started learning about it. So I really want to for us to really hook up again. But you got to come to UBC 2021 because I'm not going to have Mr. Dunlap give you all the nuggets that he has. You have to get your ticket. And tomorrow's the last day to get your ticket for $67. We may extend it. Me and Alina going to talk, but we may extend it
$67 for all of that information you just
machine
got.
you just got $67. You need to be in the house because we got some amazing business experts like Mr. Dunlap who is going to be pouring into you. And when you come to the conference virtually or live, you'll be able to ask some deeper questions. Because I'm going to call him, me and Alina going to call him and set up a meeting because I want to learn about insurance, how insurance can help me with the real estate game because I've been trying to get into that. So I hope that you can come, but you need to get your ticket at Bitly, BITLY, Bankrupt Proof Biz. And we may extend to $67 because I did have some people say that they were interested in coming, but I said I would have to talk to my partner. I don't make decisions like that by myself, but we may talk about it because a few people did say, but you need to be in the house because Mr. Dunlap, one, he's a insurance agent that gives insurance to individuals and businesses and entrepreneurs. And that's the most important thing. And two, he covers all 50 states. So if you're going to be coming in from California, he can help you get insurance in California. Like Alina said, Massachusetts, Hawaii, whatever, 50 states, he can do it. Now, do you cover DC as well?
Yes.
Yeah, because DC.
And DC, as far as licensing, DC is considered a state as far as licensing. So you know, I'm a national producer. That's what it is.
Okay, good. That's good to know. So
I
if
just
you
sent
want
my husband a message, I'm like, do you have business insurance? He's like, yes. I'm like,
yeah.
I was about to say, well, you're gonna have it by tomorrow if you don't have it now.
Yeah, because we're gonna call you, Gregory, because you're gonna help hook us up with our insurance, because you really made me feel a whole lot better about certain things like with the LLC and all of that, and made me realize, get the professional liability, get the disability insurance for us. We're gonna set up a consultation with you. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank Mr. Dunlap for taking time out of his busy schedule, and I want to thank Alina because Alina's been working hard. Her job has her just working, and so I want to thank everybody for taking time out of your busy schedule because you need to be in the house. We're not just doing this for fun. We're doing this because it is our passion and our mission to make sure, especially our brown and black brothers and sisters, to make sure that you leave a legacy of prosperity and not debt to your family. So that's why it's important to have insurance. Even if you have, your employee, you may want to get different insurance and may want to reach out to Mr. Dunlap. But especially for my entrepreneurs and small business owners, you need to make sure you have all the right insurances in place because you are no longer the employee. You are the employer now. And you have to make sure you have all kinds of insurance, especially when you start growing your business and especially when you take on employees yourself. You got to have certain types of insurances to protect yourself and your employees. So Mr. Dunlap, I look forward to hearing your presentation, and you've taught me a lot, and I'm gonna be in contact with you myself. So I'm gonna be calling you because I need to get some insurance for our business and some insurance for myself.
All right,
and thank you, everybody. And everybody, you have a great evening. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great evening, everyone.
You too.
Yes. Bye-bye.